Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another live stream edition of the World Elite Podcast. My name is Dylan Aber, and I hope everyone is having a tremendous Wednesday, and I hope everyone also had a great Thanksgiving as well last week. For now, I am only being joined by my co-host, Jordan Johnson. Jordan, how's it going, man? How was your Thanksgiving? Even though I should know how it was because we were all together on last Thursday. But anyway, how was it?
Oh, I'm doing great, and yeah, it was great. A lot of food, ate a lot, so and I was in almost about 4:30 today. I was ready to go.
Jesus Christ, dude. You're ready to go, bro. Damn. But anyway, Blaine is in traffic right now. He was on his way back from work. I think an 18-wheeler overturned, so it caused an ass ton of traffic. So he will be in a bit late. Hopefully not too late. You know, there's a lot I want to cover, and I don't want to cover it too much without him. Got a few comments on already. Of course, we got our guy Justin, the Redeemer, Circle of Debate. Thanks for tuning in, brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and of course, all the good stuff you guys are doing on COD. The Raw Watch Along Monday, NXT last night. You guys got Dynamite in less than an hour. So you guys are doing very well, of course. But we do want to get you back on sooner or later, Justin. So I will be reaching out to you at some point to come back on with us for sure. It honestly could be next week because we got Cena's final match coming up next week, Saturday night's main event. So don't be surprised if I write you, Justin. And of course, Jordan, we got your mom tuning in as well. I'm sure we'll have others tuning in pretty soon. And of course he says, "Let me know. I'll be there." I know you'll be there. Trust me. It's pretty much a guarantee whenever I actually come on. So I'll for sure be writing you. But yeah, no, we have a great show lined up for everybody. We got WarGames to talk about this past Saturday. We have other stuff as far as the fallout from WarGames. We got the big final set up for John Cena's final opponent, something we've been talking about for months. I think since Blaine joined the show, even as a guest, we've been talking about John Cena's final opponent, and we have thrown out so many names left and right, and we are finally down to the last two men who could be his final opponent. We have a big TV deal for another wrestling promotion, and then we'll close the show out with NXT deadline predictions that will be happening this upcoming weekend. I totally forgot NXT was happening this weekend. That's how much I don't watch it too much. And it's not because I can't watch it, because I can if I want, because even though DirecTV for us doesn't have the CW, I can find other ways to watch it. It's just I watch other stuff on Tuesdays, and I caught up to where I can't. So but we'll start off with WarGames whenever Blaine's able to join us. I will keep looking at my phone just in case I miss something or he gives me an update of where he's at and whatnot. So it says he hasn't been active in about 15 minutes on Facebook. So hopefully that means he is getting a little bit closer to getting on the show. But we'll start off with War Games, and whenever he comes in, we'll backtrack a little bit because I want to get his thoughts on everything as well. But yeah, War Games happened this past Saturday. I was not home to watch it, as I explained last week. I was at a wedding, so I did watch the show on my phone. I watched what I could. The only thing I maybe missed was the ending of the women's War Games match, which I obviously did go back and watch it because I did hear what happened at the end, and I missed the entire Stephanie Valkyrie match with Nikki Bella, but I'm also hearing I didn't miss much when it came to that one. But everything else though I did catch. So I was impressed by the show, even though I'm hearing a lot of mixed reviews on the show. And you could tell I'm obviously stalling a bunch because I'm waiting for Blaine to come in because I really want to get his thoughts on a bunch of things. And if I go on a rant about something, which I do want to go on a little small rant whenever it comes to the women's War Games match, there's a certain spot in that match where a lot of people are loving it, but there's a certain part about that spot that I didn't love too much. It's a certain spot that happens every single year for War Games. I'm pretty sure you're kind of catching my drift of who I'm talking about. And as much as I love that spot, it's just a way something was said that I did not like. And I'll kind of wait till Blaine's here because I want Blaine to get his thoughts as well and to hear what I have to say. We have a couple more comments for me to stall a little bit more until Blaine gets here. Of course, much like your mom, I got my mom tuning in as well. And of course, we got our guy, the OPC from Circle of Debate, Ivan. He said, "What is good, my familiars, the ace of podcasting and the slap nuts of podcasting, and waiting for the rock hard of podcasting to arrive." Absolutely, man. Thank you for tuning in. Of course, we are very, very happy to have you here, Ivan. And I just credited whenever Justin commented, you guys are doing fantastic things over at Circle of Debates. Just absolutely amazing content you guys are putting on over there. So I invited Justin for next week. I would love to have you on, Ivan, if you're able to. I know our time zones are a little bit different, so I would love to have you on next Tuesday. Also, if you're up to it, so let me know if you want to join, and I will obviously get you in as well to talk about John Cena's final match, predict Saturday night's main event. So. And he said, "Trust me, you didn't miss much on the Stephanie Valkyrie Nikki match, but the women's War Games can say was the best one for me." I can agree with that. It was really good. But I'll save my thoughts for whenever we go through it. But let's start off with it, Jordan. I can only stall so much and talk about just absolute nonsense before Blaine gets here. He'll be here sooner or later. I'm going to write him in a second whenever you start giving me your thoughts on this one. But the show opened up with the women's War Games match. I knew they were going to start off with one, close with one. But they started off with the women's War Games match, and it was Team Rhea of Rhea Ripley, AJ Lee, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, and Io Sky, who defeated Team Asuka. That's how they described it on Wikipedia. I'm not sure if that's the actual thing of it, but it was Asuka and Kairi Sane, Becky Lynch, Lash Legend, and Nia Jax. It was a 41-minute, 10-minute match. 41-minute, 10-second match. And yeah, this one went a while because the match started probably, I'd say about around 30 minutes before the wedding started. The wedding was at 6:30. War Game started at 6. But they had to do a bunch of pre-match stuff and whatnot. And then I finally got started, but I mean, the wedding was done and over with. I took my phone in my pocket and it was still happening. I'm like, God damn. But then obviously you know the rules. Exactly. And the thing is, if when you know the rules, it cannot officially start until everyone is in the ring. And there's time intervals. What is it, about 2-3 minutes until someone someone else
around there.
So before I even get your thoughts on this, Jordan, I figured something else to kill time that we can do before Blaine gets here. They changed the format this year of War Games. It's the first time they do this, and I think me and Blaine were talking about it. But I wanted to get your thoughts on it as well. They did not have the traditional shark cage that they have the superstars in. It was basically like a Royal Rumble entrance. It was drawn at random, and it was just introduced with their theme song, and that's how they got into the ring. So they took away the shark cages. Now, let me ask you, what's your preference? Is it the shark cage or or how they did it this past Saturday.
Oh, I think they should just do it just the way they did it this past Saturday.
See, that's where I'm kindly disagree with you on that one. I love the shark cages. And I
Yeah,
say that because I feel like it adds more sort of intensity to the match. Because when they did War Games back in NXT, whenever when Dakota Kai had came out of the shark cage and she turned around and she turned on Tegan Knox, that I feel like adds so much to it. Or just like last year when Roman, Sammy, and CM Punk were in the cage, and then the buzzer had went off for their shark cage to open, and CM Punk was getting ready to exit the cage, but then Roman puts his arm out in front of CM Punk, and that's when he made Sammy go. And then when it went off the next time around is
yeah,
whenever Roman was getting ready to go, but Punk just cut right in front of him. And so I feel like that added so much more intensity to the match, to where these guys are really not getting along, but they have to get along for the sake of their team in order to make it work. And for them that time it did work. um but yeah, I love the shark cages, and I'm gonna get Blaine's thoughts on it whenever he gets in as well, which I need to get some sort of update from it. But Jordan, what did you think about this match? I i caught a good bit of this match, and I went back and I watched some of it because I wanted to get my details together for this one. Before we do that, Justin said Women's War Games was overall fine. It just gave off a vibe like it wasn't built strong enough to need to be in War Games. And he said he heard the reason the shark cages weren't in there because there weren't enough room. I agree, because the stage was very small. And he said, honestly, I like the way they did it, but wish they would do it in a different way, like put them all at ringside. I agree. If they can't do a shark cage, at least have them out there in order, to have them there instead of the way they came out. It's already a long enough ramp to come out, and now you're having to wait for them to come down the ramp and whatnot. Certain people take a certain amount of time. Like Roman Reigns took forever. Same thing with Brock. Hey, there we go. He is here.
there
Yes,
we
sir.
go.
What's going on?
So you actually didn't miss much. We were basically just shooting the shit until you got here. We're talking about the War Games format, which I was about to get Jordan's thoughts on the women's match, but since you're here, I'll let you go first. But I wanted to get your take on something first, because you and I were talking about it, Blaine. The shark cages. They took the shark cages away from us this year. Do you rather the format they had this past weekend, coming out at random, or do you prefer the shark cage?
Now, like you just said, we talked about it that night. I rather the shark cages because it took the away from the fans the CM Punk get back from what Roman did to him last year, stuff like that.
All right.
You could have play off of that a little bit more, or you probably could have done something else to make it more interesting. But
Exactly.
yeah, but I think they need to bring back the shark cage. But I probably kind of understand the way the stadium was built. They probably
Mm-hmm.
didn't have room for it or anything like that. But I
Yeah,
hope going forward
mhm.
they bring it back for sure.
Heck, I was seeing the overhead shot of the setup. I'm like, there ain't no way they're gonna
Yeah,
have any room for a shark cage at all.
yeah.
Not a
It's
chance.
just probably the way they. If you watch a Padres game, the stadium is
Mm-hmm.
really awkwardly built anyway. So I
Mm-hmm.
wonder where they actually kind of set up. I couldn't really tell from the overhead shot, but I wonder
Mm-hmm.
where they set up because obviously didn't have any room.
Yeah, I know. Whenever I went to the Rumble at a Minute Maid Park in Houston, I know they came out from one of the dugouts.
Yeah, yeah,
So I would imagine they kind of kept that format of coming out of a dugout or something like that.
yeah. But they
That's my
kind of
only
they
guess.
kind of hit it. They kind of hit it with that tunnel that they had, so you couldn't
Mm-hmm.
really tell.
Right. Yeah. But no, getting to this match, I'll let Blaine go first on each, and Jordan myself after, because I did say I had a bit of a rant about this match in particular, and thankfully you're here because now I get to say it. But what did you think about this match, Blaine? This was a good match in my opinion, but and it ended the same way we all predicted of who took the submission and who got it. So I mean, it was an easy one to predict.
Yeah, it was writing on the wall from the moment they announced it. The moment they kind of teased the match going forward. I like the match, man. It was good. It was like you said, it was to be expected. Um, but fuck, man, Io Sky, she a daredevil. She's the female version of Jeff Hardy, almost.
It's the
Well,
same spot every year, but it gets better every year. I feel like.
yeah, this one was good. Other than that, it was a great match. I don't really have much to say on it. I watched the whole show, so but I was I give that match. I don't know. You didn't ask for a grade, but I give that match maybe a 7.
Yeah, out of 10, we can give a rating for every match out of 10.
Yeah.
So yeah, 7. Yeah,
Yeah, I give that a 7. It was a good match.
Yeah. All right, Jordan.
Oh yeah, that it was a great match with Io Sky doing that jumping off the top of the cage. That was pretty cool. And then at the end, yeah, like you said, we predicted right about AJ Lee and Becky Lynch. But yeah, I'll go a 7 too.
Okay. Yeah, before I even say anything about a rant or anything like that, yeah, the match was good. I thought it was really good, and just like Blaine said, it was writing on the wall when it came to this finish. It was. I mean, we knew that either AJ was taking a pin or whatever, or Becky was taking a pin or being submitted, and it was just that easy.
Yeah.
Justin says the idea of having them all at ringside would be interesting. You can have the participants waiting to enter, trash talking, and having them banging on the cage. Yeah, I mean, if you couldn't have a shark cage, at least have that sort of format. But I feel like they kind of
you talking about like lumberjack style?
Sort of. Since I haven't really watched it, and I guess Jordan maybe can answer this for me because he watches it more than me and Blaine do. What's the format for Blood and Guts? Is this something like that where they're outside the ring, or did they come out like that too? Because I can't remember.
So. I'm trying to think.
I have really seen maybe like 1 or 2 Blood and Guts matches, and then I can't remember. But I feel like Justin's watching, so he'll answer like in a second.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It's like AEW's version of WarGames. It has the double cage, it has the 2 rings, but it's obviously way more bloodier. Like the women were bleeding like probably like 5 minutes into the match.
Yeah, I don't watch that.
I know. But before we let him comment on it of what the format is, because I thought that's what. Okay, he said Blood and Guts participants get their own entrances and enter. Okay, so it's okay. That makes sense. All right.
Casino Royale type.
Pretty much. So this match was really good. I enjoyed what I watched of it when I could watch it live. Like I said, I was at a wedding, so there's not a chance I was able to watch most of it live. What's going on, Aaron? Thanks for tuning in, man. Hope you're doing well. But now here comes time for my rant about a certain spot in this match. And Jordan even talked about the spot. Blaine even talked about it. And I absolutely love the spot with Io. With the trash can jumping off. You know, she basically swanton bombed herself off the top of the cage with the trash can on. But this rant basically goes to every promotion. It's not just a WWE, NXT, TNA, AEW. This is for all of them. And I hate the spot where someone is getting ready to jump off the top of a cage or off of a turnbuckle onto the outside of the ring.
I know where you're going down.
I hate how they gather up with so much time to spare. I absolutely hate that spot because if someone's about to jump outside the ring or they're doing a high spot inside the ring or inside of a cage, and I understand it's for safety. I completely understand. I want them to be safe, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're gonna huddle, please don't do it with about 20 seconds to spare, and you're just watching her basically execute a move off the top of the cage, and then you're gonna catch her.
Yeah.
If it's gonna be executed, to execute it correctly. For one, before the show starts, you have time to rehearse this match, and you still got the spot.
Oh, they all
messed up.
And you watch it go up.
And because she has a trash can, she puts it on her head, and like they're rising like zombies. They're all coming up together and they're huddling up together. I'm like, come on, that's the worst way this spot can look. That frustrated me when I saw that. And then I saw another content creator said the same thing that I said, and I'm like, man, that is rough looking. But at least executed correctly. I feel like I kind of feel like I was gonna say way more than what I just did, but it was ugly. But I mean, like I said, it was a cool spot. Don't get me wrong, it was a great spot. I am absolutely not downplaying the spot whatsoever because I really like how EO does that. But it's just the way the recipients of the dive were forming together. And this is for all promotions. I see AEW doing it when they're about to catch somebody outside a ring. I see NXT, TNA. I see them all doing it. So I'm not shit talking one promotion over the other because they all do the same thing. They all huddle up with so much time to spare, and it just looks silly because they're basically just watching the person about to jump on them.
I think it's just universal. I think everybody does it. Every promotion,
pretty much.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
It's
and
universal.
And I also hate whenever like someone falls down in the ring and it's setting up like a diving spot off the top turnbuckle, but how badly they make it look to position themselves to get to actually get in position. And I think it was John Cena that did it on Saturday. I think he got knocked down, but like he twisted and turned himself so much to get himself in position for a frog splash. I'm like, God damn! I said, yeah, but even a veteran like that, it's
he missed his spot. You can tell he missed his spot at the landing for sure.
Oh yeah, that he did.
He missed his spot on the landing.
Yeah, but for me on this match, I'm gonna agree with you. I'll give it a 7. I thought it was the right winner. I don't know the next time we'll see AJ Lee. I know we saw her twice at WrestlePalooza and at WarGames. I don't know what's next for her at all. Really, but I mean, we should have expected this. Ivan says everyone does and remembers about timing as well, and also the talent has to make sure they're in place as well. So it's difficult to be rushed. Trust me, I know the former. Yeah. I think it could have been timed better, but like I said, it's all for one, it's all a timing issue.
Yeah.
And they timed it up to where it just didn't look good. But like I said, the spot was fun. It was a really cool spot. It's just I think it could have been timed a little bit better. Then we get to our next match, and it was Blaine's favorite match of the night. I am so excited that we are here for this match. And we have Dominic Mysterio defeated John Cena to win back the Intercontinental Championship with the help of a returning Liv Morgan, who did the double turn, basically, who acted like she turned on Dom, but obviously she didn't hit him. I think the camera angle kind of messed that one up a little bit. But she jumps into John Cena's arms, and then she does the old good nut shot. And it sends Cena into the rope 619, the title shot, and then the frog splash. And I'm so excited to start off with Blaine on this one. Give me your thoughts.
I wasn't supposed to be here tonight. I forgot. I said if he went out.
Sure, you said you were quitting.
Man, I was so it looked like she missed, but I was so happy when she punched down. I'm like, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then she gave the John Cena look behind his head. I'm like, you better fucking not.
And it's the same way he turned too when he turned on Cody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They did that.
Awesome.
I'm like, you motherfuckers, y'all pull a fast one on us again. I understand why they doing what they're doing. Wanted to give him the Grand Slam title, but he could have lose that Saturday night's main event against somebody else. Dom don't need the belt. Love his character, but I hate the push that they're giving him.
Okay.
So I hate it.
And so what about a grade out of 10? What would you give it?
Oh, it was a decent match. It was I would give it I'd say a 6. It was a decent match. They both. It's crazy how Cena can still work this good this late in the game, and as much as I hate the push that they give him, but Dom, he's getting better and better every time he's in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I give it a 6.
All right, Jordan.
Oh yeah, I think it was a great match, and I like how Liv Morgan came out and did the double turn and that, but I'll give it like a 6-2.
Okay. So I was sitting at one of the tables at the reception, and I'm watching the match. While everyone's drinking. I was also drinking myself. The moment the wedding over, they said this bar's open. Fucking right, I'm gone. So I went grab me a beer. I'm sitting at a table. I'm watching the match, and I see Liv come out. I'm like, oh fuck! I said Liv's back, and it was rumored, but I thought maybe she wasn't cleared enough to come back. Maybe to Rumble. I was thinking. But I see her come out, and I said, fuck, she's coming right for Dom. I said, she's pissed that, he basically took to Roxanne pretty good coming into the Judgment Day. I said, she's about to hit him. And she hits him. But the moment I see it, I'm like, it didn't connect. I said, something's up. I said, there's no way she turned. And then she jumps into his arms, and that same sort of stare that Cena gave at the chamber when he turned on Cody. I said, oh my God, he's about to get a taste of his own medicine. And, kicks him in the nuts. And like I just explained everything, the 619, the title shot to the head, and then the frog splash. I think it was executed great. I'll give it a 7. Also, like for me, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I thought it was a really good match. And just like Blaine said, for Cena to be able still at his age to work a match like that with Dominic Mysterio, I thought it was really good. I thought it was really fun. But yeah, it was like we explained last week. It was a feel-good moment for him to become a Grand Slam champion before he retires. But yeah, they were going to give it back to Dom. So I really feel like there's no direction right now when it comes to that title because he won it back. And now what? I mean, now what's the plan? He's still a AAA champion, which obviously they prioritize that more over there at AAA. But what's the direction now for the IC title is the question I have.
We should have known something was up. She got the damn luchador mask on her jeans.
Yeah, that should have been a dead giveaway, but also I wasn't really looking too much.
I wasn't paying attention either till
me either.
Somebody said it, and I went back and looked. I'm like, sure enough.
Yeah, but overall, like I said, executed perfectly, and it seems like they're not getting rid of Roxanne because it seemed like Liv's fine with her being there. But I feel like sooner or later something's going to happen.
That's another turn coming. She's trying to get Roxanne all cozy up, thinking nothing's going to happen, and then boom, she turns up back and beat up.
Yeah, because the moment I think when Raw started and the Judgment Day had gotten to the arena, I had saw Liv Morgan. She was basically hugging everybody, and she just gave that nod to Roxanne. I'm like, okay, well maybe she's not too pissed off at her. And then she raised up both her and Raquel's arms after she gave that promo about her being back. The Judgment Day is good and whatnot. So I really don't know. I mean, I feel like a turn's going to happen at some point, but I feel like kind of like how you said, she's kind of like, letting her get cozy enough in the Judgment Day, and it'll end at some point.
Yep.
Then we get to our next match, the only match that I missed the entire match of, and I feel like I was getting ready to say I feel like we're just gonna blow right past this one. Yeah, because I didn't go back and watch this either because I was hearing that I didn't miss much as far as this. But Stephanie Vakir did defeat Nikki Bella to retain the world title. Guys, I'll let y'all go with this one. I don't have anything to offer as far as that. Or if you just want to give it a grade and move on, that's okay as well.
To me, the match was mid. In the words of Justin, he like using that word mid. Everybody in their mama knew who was gonna win. It's like it wasn't. They're not taking the strap off of Stephanie right now. So I agree. I give that a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just give it a 4. I'm just happy that Stephanie won.
Yeah, like I said, I have nothing to offer, being that I didn't watch it. So I guess I'll go along with y'all also with a 4, and that's being generous because I didn't watch it. So,
That is being generous. I wanted to
if
give it a 1. It was bad. I'm not gonna say it was bad. It was an okay match, but it wasn't a match that belonged on the PLE. It could have been on Raw, SmackDown. Hell, it could have been on Speed.
or they could have saved it till next weekend, Saturday night's main events. I mean, if
Oh
you got to
yeah,
start adding stuff to
yeah,
the card, then
yeah.
I
That
feel
could
like
have
it's
been
gotta
that
happen.
could have been that could have been a time saver or whatever they call it to save time and stuff like that.
Right. And then we get to our main events. Whenever y'all give y'all thoughts, I want y'all to save the ending for y'all thoughts, because I do have a separate topic for it because they didn't reveal anything on Raw on Monday. So we'll talk about that also. But we had the men's War Games match division. Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, and Brock Lesnar defeated the team of Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, and the Usos in a 40-minute, 30-second War Games match. And it was done by Braun Breaker pinning CM Punk. So now he has earned a world title match all the way in January for the year anniversary on Netflix. So we're waiting a while for it. I thought we'd probably get it at Saturday Night's main event. I mean, maybe they're hyping up Cena's final opponent to be the main focal point of the show. So that's probably why we're not getting a world title match between the two. Maybe they're saving it for something bigger. Maybe Seth comes back and calls Braun to match.
I think what's going to happen at the anniversary, Punk is going to win something's going to happen where he can win. And I actually think they're going to take the belt off of him and give it to Braun at Rumble. And then that starts the wheel for if Seth is I don't know how severe his injury was, but if Seth can make it back for Mania, have them two feud.
Yeah.
That's my gut feeling right there.
But what did you think about the match overall? I mean, do you think the right team won? Do you think the right person got the pin over the right person? I mean, I feel like there's so much to talk about with this match because it wasn't as predictable as the ending of the women's match.
No, I'll be honest with you. Like I told you, I dozed off in the middle of Braun
That's true,
Breaker's.
yeah.
Excuse me. I dozed off in the middle of Braun Breaker's entrance, and I woke up at the post show. I'm like, oh damn, I missed the whole show. So I still haven't watched that match yet.
Oh,
but
damn.
I watched highlights, so I seen it some clips. But I do think the right person got pinned, but I thought it would have been Brock pinning, not Braun. So I thought it would Brock and Punk with a feud for the belt. You know, just have that Paul Heyman 3-way circle right there, or whatever, triangle, whatever you want to call it. Have them battle for a few months until Braun or Seth come back and take it. But from what I saw, it looked like it was a good match. The right team won. We all called it. I'm just happy Roman didn't get pinned. I was kind of mad. I was kind of happy about that. So I give that a match. I haven't watched, so I say 6.5.
But shit, what about my Jey Uso heel turn pick? Huh? What about missing the mark? Huh? Jesus Christ! From last week when I predicted the heel turn.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, you said
talk about missing the mark, huh? God damn, I did horrible on that one.
So what? Now that's what 0 for 25.
Probably, or the one that I got right when Dom finally turned at Clash of the Castle.
Oh, okay.
Probably the only time I got 30. It right. Probably. I said probably the only time I got it right. God damn, what a miss that was. I was so confident in that pick too. Yeah.
I'll talk about it in a minute, but I don't think you missed. You just missed on the wrong night.
Yeah, I think it's coming though. After Raw. Yeah, I think it's coming soon. Jordan?
Yeah, I think it was a great match. What about Braun Breaker? You know, when they did a move with his
Yeah, he
neck?
dropped him on his head. Yeah,
Yeah,
he looked
that was
very dizzy after that. But they said he got
that was
checked out by the medic team after, and he said he was fine. So, thankfully, because goddamn, that was a hell of a thing. And of course, got my friend Gary, who doesn't watch wrestling at all. He said he thinks it's coming soon too. He doesn't know anything that we're talking about right now. He's just here for moral support. It's my friend Gary. I went to school with him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he.
The Mamu people showing up, huh?
Well, actually, we split part whenever they consolidated the schools. We left our elementary school, and he went to Pine Prairie, and I went to Mamu.
Oh,
Yeah, but no, we've been hanging out a lot. But he comes over just to watch football, so he doesn't really watch much wrestling at all.
V-Dream. Oh
Yeah. We went to V Dream, and then he left in like I think 5th grade and went to another school, and then he went. Oh, so do I, man. That shit breaks my heart, man. Even talking about it makes me want to tear up a little bit. But yeah, that was a crazy spot, though. But Jordan, you can continue.
Yeah, but I'll give it a 7.5.
Yeah, I thought the match was really good, and
Yeah.
I absolutely love seeing on the internet, and I keep talking about it because I know it pisses them off a lot. But they post their like little reaction videos to watching the show, and then when Brock Lesnar comes out, they think they're all triggered by it, and I absolutely love it because they're still talking about Brock right now, like, oh, he's being accused of this and this and that. Last time I checked, Brock was never accused of a crime at all. He was named in something. He was never he was never convicted of anything. He was never accused of anything. So just absolutely stop doing that. I mean, because like you're acting like you're all offended and you're really not. You're just doing it for show. They always post their reactions on the internet, and I think it's goofy when they do that shit.
man, look, like I said, I haven't watched the match, but I replayed this one video over maybe 3-4 times when Jay did the running back on top of the cage.
Oh my god, bro!
Brock music hit and everybody neck broke. I'm like, that shit was cool.
Fucking Jay Uso, man.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
No, he doesn't. He's better than Dom.
I would disagree on that one. They had him lose on Raw, which I was pretty okay with because they were for all fun. I thought they were setting up Gunther and Jay again in the final, and just to have it again. Thank God they had him lose.
I missed the mark with I missed the mark too. Going back to the Cena thing when I thought somebody was gonna come do a face off at the end of the match. That didn't read it.
Yeah, I feel like we're all missing marks on everything right now. But no, overall the match was good, and I did think the right person got the pin because I do see Braun Breaker being a absolute major star. He's already a major star in my eyes. But yeah, he pinned a world champion of all people, and man, he looked great doing it.
And that promo he did last night.
That was wild,
epic.
man.
That was epic.
That was amazing.
That was his best piece of work since he's been on the main roster.
Yeah, I know. But now that we got that out the way, and also I'll give it a 7 out of 10. The match, I thought it was fairly decent. But now that we got that out the way, it leaves a particular question: who is the masked man who attacked and gave the curb stomp to CM Punk? We obviously know it's not Seth Rollins. In what logic does Seth Rollins helping Division win the WarGames match even make sense? They turned on him.
Yeah.
There's no logic behind this.
And the title wasn't on the line. He said CM Punk would never be the champion as he's around. So the title wasn't on the line. So I don't think it was him either.
And then also it has to be someone younger because for someone to scale a cage that fast, because I see somebody throwing out Jericho's name. That was not Jericho. Jericho's old ass can't jump a cage that fast.
Well, him or Edge. No. Well, Edge wouldn't be in this storyline, but yeah, it's nobody old.
I mean, I'm pretty much zeroed in on one person.
Look, how can I put this? I hate this person just as much as you hate Sasha Banks or Mercedes Moné or whoever it is. And if it's fucking Austin Theory, I'm gonna fucking scream.
Well, at least you didn't threaten to quit like you did last week when Dom won.
Yeah,
so I feel like you have to really double.
I love coming every week. Nah, I'm not gonna quit.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it has to be Austin Theory. I mean, if you're putting anyone in that position, it's got to be Austin Theory. I was seeing another name, but I feel like it doesn't make sense. I was seeing Montez Ford to break away from Angelo Dawkins going on his own. Well, why would he leave a team to go into a faction if you're going to be on your own?
And they tried the faction thing with him, with the Hurt Syndicate. Not Hurt Syndicate, with Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
They wouldn't hurt the Syndicate, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If it's Austin Theory, I swear, I might stop.
I feel like it is Austin Theory, though.
I might stop watching wrestling if that's him. No, I lied.
Yeah, I think it's Austin Theory, though.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, who else would it be? I really don't know, but it has to be. But for me, it's got to be Austin Theory.
That fast.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this person scaled the cage like it was nothing.
Hey, what if it's about to laugh? But what if it's I Show Speed?
Oh my god!
You see this match with
Yeah,
it was a good match. That kid can move.
Oh yeah, I kind of feel like they're going to incorporate him with some stuff lately soon, probably with wrestling. You know, doing this thing with Orton. I feel like they're kind of incorporate. And then Kayla said that's what I think it is. Has to be Austin Theory. I mean, until I see a logical thing behind someone else, I think it's gonna be Austin Theory. He's been gone for a while. Oh my god, that would make no sense whatsoever. If
I'll throw up in my mouth.
Would you rather Austin Theory or Jake Paul?
Oh shit. We got enough Pauls in the WWE. I'd say Austin Theory.
Yeah.
I'll say Austin Theory.
But overall, as a show, before we move on, what do you give WarGames out of a grade from an A to an F? What would you give the show?
A B plus. B plus.
All right, Jordan.
I think it could have been better. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'll give it a B plus too.
I think I'll go with a solid B on it. I feel like there's like we could have had that match with Stephanie and Nikki left off the card, replaced by something else.
That's the only reason why I give it a B. You could have replaced that with the Y6 and the MFTs.
Yeah, I feel like we could have did that. Justin gave it a lower score, C-. Okay. But moving on, a video surfaced after the show was over. I'm not sure, Blaine, if you've seen it. Jordan saw it. I saw it. Paul Heyman was walking through the crowd, and a young fan basically got past security, and Paul Heyman just shoved the kid out the way.
Oh, wow.
I mean, if I had the video on hand, I would play it on here, but I don't. I'm actually going to see if I could share my screen and play it real quick. I hope that we don't get in trouble like on YouTube for showing a video. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can bring it up real quick. Let's see. I'm going to see if I can bring it up on Twitter or something to... Because, I mean, everyone picked it up. I mean, even People Magazine picked it up. Sports Illustrated picked it up. Let's see. I got it up on Facebook. Hold on. See if I can bring it up and share my screen. I've never shared my screen on here, so let's see if I can actually do it correctly. So I have to take this off. I'm nervous. Let's see. Okay, I think I may have gotten it good. Okay, I'll see it. Good. All right.
Yeah, we got it.
All right, watch this. Let me see if I can get the volume up a little bit. All right, here we go.
Damn.
Yeah, he gave him a good look. And that's from another angle. Damn.
What a dick. That man, that kid probably just wanted a hug.
Probably so. But the IWC has gotten on Paul Heyman for this. Are they overreacting? Because I'm seeing
No, they're not overreacting. That was uncalled for. That kid probably just wanted a hug. He probably is a big fan of Paul Heyman. Now I get it. Fans jump the fence all the time and probably put the wrestlers in harm, but obviously that kid is not no harm to Paul Heyman right there.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're overreacting at all.
Right.
No, I don't think they overreacting. I like Blaine said, he wanted a hug. I guess he's wants to be friends with him.
A hug or autograph, one of the two.
Yeah, I mean, the only argument I can make was that it was right after the match was over. They're walking through the crowd. They obviously had the other people with him. He jumps, he gets away from security. He goes to Heyman. Do I think Heyman handled it correctly? No, I don't. I think it was handled pretty roughly by him. But hearing the stories I've heard of Paul Heyman, it doesn't surprise me at all that that's the type of reaction he gave to a kid coming up to him. I think it could have been handled better.
Absolutely.
Now I'm seeing all kind of reactions on the internet. So I'm saying the ones that are like, going above and beyond the stuff they're saying about Paul Heyman, I feel like that's a bit of an overreaction. But first glance from the video, yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's obviously a dick move to push a kid out the way. If it was a grown ass adult and he pushes him, yeah, that's a whole different story. But this is a child going up to you. And, you got to realize the cameras are off. War Games is done. They're not showing you no more. So you can kind of get out of character to greet a young fan. Now, do I think the kid was right running straight up to him? No, I feel like he maybe could have called him out. He could not just run up to Heyman. So I feel like, both sides are kind of wrong.
Go. So the security guard could have done better too.
Yeah, I feel like between both of them, I feel like they both kind of handled it wrong, even though it's a child. I feel like he still kind of handled it a bit wrong to go up to Heyman the way he did. But I think Heyman did kind of handle it a bit wrong. For sure. So now that War Games is out of the way, we had Monday Night Raw, and we have the new final of the Last Time Is Now tournament. And we have LA Knight taking on Gunther to see who will be John Cena's final opponent. Are we going to get what everyone's been predicting, reporting that Gunther is the last opponent, or will they swerve us and give us LA Knight and John Cena as Saturday Night's main event? Or we've been predicting name after name. Is it going to be either one of these two? Because they're advertising John Cena for the night after WrestleMania. I feel something's going to happen. Someone's coming out during this. I don't know.
It might be The Rock for the night after WrestleMania. But as far as this match, I'm going with LA Knight, and here's why. Do you remember? You remember the curtain call, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who got in trouble for that? Triple H. He the one that got in trouble the most out of all four of them.
All right.
He had to eat shit until he basically had to take his lumps until he got back into the title picture. Well, I think LA Knight is in the same boat when he got in trouble for that sign or whatever it was.
Oh, yeah.
So he ate his shit. He took his lumps or whatever. Now it's time to put the rocket ship back on him. I think he's gonna win. He's gonna get that that final push,
Mhm.
from Cena next month. I mean this month. So I'm thinking, excuse me, LA Knight gonna win the finals, and then he's gonna beat Cena, and then he's gonna take off from there. He's gonna soar.
Okay.
That's what I'm going with.
All right, Jordan.
I think I'm gonna go with Gunther.
Yeah, as much as I would love that sort of, I don't know if I would call it passing of the torch or anything like that. But that nod from Cena, I would love that for LA Knight. But I just feel like, Gunther already retired Goldberg. I feel like he's gonna do it again with Cena.
He don't need this match, though. That's my thing.
I think he doesn't.
I don't think he needs this match. He's already solidified his name as a top star in the company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mind you, what it was, a broken nose or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
He a bump in the road for him. Now he's trying to get his wheels back. But I don't think him losing, him being Cena, he don't need it basically. So I think LA Knight needs it more than Gunther needs it right now.
Right. I mean, for one, we all know that Cena's going to lose this match. No one wins their retirement match.
No.
So it's pretty obvious that if it's Gunther or LA Knight, it's going to be a loss for Cena regardless.
Yeah.
But something tells me that
unless this is not his actual last match.
I don't think it is either. Why would you have it on a TV special? It should be at a PLE, and I think a big enough PLE like WrestleMania. But
Goldberg is not Cena. You're right.
Like I said, that's Goldberg. I mean,
yeah, he's not Cena.
Yeah, to me, Cena deserves better, and of course you have the whole IWC losing their minds. Oh, his final farewell tour has been poorly booked. This and that. Do you expect him to go out like Sting did and win every goddamn match that he was in, teaming with Darby Allin? No, he's gonna put people over. That's what the whole purpose of a farewell tour is. For him to go against people he hasn't gone against, or some former opponents that he's already had, and put them over. The thing with Sting, whenever he was getting ready to retire, he was having his whole retirement thing with Darby Allin. He won all his matches because he was teaming with Darby, and then his last match was for the titles. So you would imagine that he would have lost. No, he ended up winning at Revolution.
And Darby took most of the brunt of the matches anyway. Sting really didn't do much.
Yeah, the thing is, for one, I know Sting did a little bit here and there, diving off of certain things in the crowd and whatnot. Cool. All right, that's fine. But I think as a retirement tour, you're going to win some matches, but it's all about, to me, putting people over as well. So I don't consider his farewell tour a failure by any means whatsoever. And it doesn't seem like he's mad, upset about it either. I feel like he's perfectly content of how it's going and how it's going to end. Something tells me, though, that it's not going to end here. I feel like after this one's over, whether it's LA Knight, whether it's Gunther getting that nod from Cena, doesn't matter who it is. I feel like no matter who it is, I feel like Cena, losing to one of these two, I think he'll be fine with it. But I think once it's over, I think we're seeing somebody. And I'm going to stick to what my brother was saying a couple months ago about The Rock. Because he sold his soul to The Rock at Elimination Chamber. You never saw The Rock again after that. You didn't see him at Mania whenever Travis Scott came out. You didn't see him at SummerSlam. You didn't see him anywhere else. And he even name dropped The Rock whenever he was given his sort of thing, whenever he was turning back face. And you never saw The Rock either at any of that time. I feel like, why not bring him out at Saturday Night's main event? Set something up for Mania, and let that be it.
It's time for him to collect what's owed to him.
Exactly, because I mean, you can't turn heel and have The Rock right there, and then The Rock plays no part in anything whatsoever after that. That makes zero sense. But I would love The Rock to come out after this, tell him, that like you can't retire until I retire you, or yeah, I mean, I think that would be the perfect way of doing it.
Yep, I think so too.
Shit, if we could be booking a show, then yeah, that would be the way I do it. But it's Triple H and them booking it, and they're probably gonna give us a horrible finish. And He'll probably lose, shake hands with either one of these two, and you'll see the credits roll, and that'll be it. That's how I feel like it's gonna happen. The thing is, we are fantasy booking so many things right now, and it's gonna end in the most disappointing way ever. It's gonna be disappointing.
Yeah.
But I hope before I kind of hope we're wrong, but I feel like we're not. Oh well. But that'll be talked about next week when we predict the final match. Moving on to another promotion, it was announced last night. I thought they were going to save the announcement for a while, but no, TNA announced it midday yesterday out of nowhere. AMC aired a sort of cryptic commercial with, it's kind of hard to see in this picture, but they have like some ring ropes in the background. On the commercial, that it was, you see a little bit better. But it was pretty much, hinting at a TV deal with TNA because, I mean, no one else needs a TV deal but TNA. And TNA announced it. The TV deal is happening on January 15th, beginning next year. They'll be on AMC every Thursday night. I forgot who they were with now. I think it's Access TV or something like that they're with now. So that's really nothing too big. And they don't do it every week. They tape sometimes. So it's not live every week. There was rumors that NXT was pulling their partnership once the TV deal began, but a lot of sources within WWE are denying that, and they'll keep working with TNA. I feel like TNA, even to this day, I feel like TNA is really not benefiting from this partnership at all, because what have they accomplished other than losing Jordan Grace and Joe Hendry to NXT, and then NXT.
That's AEW.
And then NXT, they won like their two top titles from TNA, with Kalani Jordan winning the women's title and then Trick Williams winning the world title before now losing it to TNA talent. So TNA has all the gold again. So I feel like NXT has benefited a lot more from this partnership than TNA does. But to get a good TV deal on AMC like this, I think that's very big for TNA. It'll actually get me to maybe watch a little bit more of TNA. I just completely forget that they're on sometimes. But now I think, January 15th to, start of something really big for them. What do you guys make of this? A big TV deal for TNA.
I'm not really a TNA fan. I really don't watch it unless they on WWE programming. But look like it's a big deal. It's a big deal for them. Maybe get more eyeballs on the company. So happy for them. I think they're the second option in the wrestling business, because I got them over AEW.
Yeah, I mean, I could see it that way too. And even Jericho said that on his show. I think after their last pay-per-view, he said, looking at the crowd, you could view them as the second promotion. And for someone who's still, I can assume, under AEW contract still, we all know he's coming back to WWE once that's over. I mean, but still being under contract, I think that's wild for him to say that they're the second promotion before AEW. I think that's wild for an AEW talent to say. But Jordan, what do you make of this TV deal? I mean, like I said, I know they're on Access TV, but they don't air live every week. They tape a lot of their stuff. But now I would hope with this TV deal, they're going live every week now.
Yeah, I'm happy for them, and now I get to watch TNA, because I don't think I never watched the episode of TNA, so now I get to watch it. So that's gonna be pretty cool to watch them on Thursdays.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll give my take quick. Could we have one final prediction at the end? Jordan, I hope you're DVR and Survivor, because I'm also doing the same, because I got to catch it a few months in. Awesome.
I haven't watched that since episode 1.
I love Survivor.
No, that's the wrong show. I'm thinking about Big Brother. I'm sorry.
Oh, I've never watched an episode of Big Brother. No, bro. I watched that. I watched The Amazing Race. I watch all kind of those types of shows. But yeah, like I said, I think the TV deal is big for them. I know they've been aiming for a TV deal for a while. I didn't think it was going to be AMC, but I mean, that's also big for AMC, picking up wrestling. I think it's really big for them. Moving on to our last topic, we have NXT Deadline this weekend. 5 matches on the card. We'll start off with the same format, Blaine, Jordan, myself on predictions. We have the NXT North American Championship of Ethan Page defending against Mr. Iguana.
I think that's a gimmick match. I don't see Mr. Iguana taking the belt off Ethan Page. So I'm on Ethan Page.
Yeah, I'm going Ethan.
Yeah, that's easiest pick for me. Ethan Page retains. Then we got Tatum Paxley and versus Izzy Dame after the heel turn by Izzy Dame to cost Tatum the title.
I don't know much about this this storyline, but if we're speaking historically speaking or whatever, the heel turn always wins the first match, I think, or something like that. I could be wrong. I don't know, but I think Izzy going to take this one, but Tatum going to win the big match. So Izzy,
I'm going Izzy Dane.
I'm gonna go Tatum Paxley in this one. Then we have, which I would say is the easiest match for Blaine to pick.
Oh yeah.
We have the Women's Iron Survivor Challenge, and the winner gets an NXT Women's Championship match at New Year's Evil. Kendall Gray, Jordan Grace, Kalani Jordan, Lola Vice, and Sol Ruka.
Oh, you already know. You can just skip me. Nah, I'm joking. But I think Sol going to take that one.
All right, Jordan.
Yeah, I'm going Sol Ruka.
The only reason why I'm not going Sol Ruka is because of what happened on NXT. I thought Zarya was aiming for Sol Ruka with that spear, and she speared the hell out of that girl.
She was aiming for her. She just got to wait the last second.
But it makes me think that Zarya is going to play a part in this. I'm going to go Jordan Grace.
Yeah, you're right. I can see that too.
It just makes, if it wasn't for this storyline at all with her and Zarya, I would go with Sol Ruka easily. But I think something's going to happen. But yeah, like I said, I'll go Jordan Grace on this one. Then flip it to the Men's Iron Survivor Challenge for the same thing, NXT Championship match at New Year's Evil. Javon Evans, Leon Slater, Joe Hendry, Dion Lennox, and Miles Bourne.
I'm going to go with Miles Bourne. I think he's going to take it.
Okay.
I'm going to go Javon Evans.
Yeah, until they prove me wrong with him, I'm going Javon Evans as well. I think he's the next NXT champion no matter what. And it's actually we actually have a TNA talent in this match too with Leon Slater, and Joe Hendry officially announced on his Twitter page today that he's now signed with WWE. Even though we knew this already, he shared the picture of his roster spot on the website for WWE. So
yeah, we knew that as soon as he showed face in the what that was the rubber he did. We like, well,
yeah,
he's coming.
Oh yeah, the moment the partnership happened and he showed up in NXT the very first time, I knew that it was just setting up for him to officially sign with the company at some point.
Yep.
So, I mean, yeah, but I'm not really that surprised. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Javon Evans. I think, like I said, he's the next world champion, and sooner or later it'll happen. So he'll get his match at New Year's Evil to where he may win it. And then they announced. What's up?
You say you think he's gonna take it from Ricky Saints already?
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, unless they have main roster plans for Ricky. That's the only thing I can think of. Yeah. But they announced that this match will be kicking off the PLE this weekend. They announced it's the first time ever that a world championship match opens up in NXT PLE. Ricky Saints and Obafemi.
I think this got to be the swan song for Obafemi. So I think Ricky gonna retain.
I'm going Ricky.
Yeah, I'm going Ricky also. This has to be that final match for Oba. Get him to the main roster. I think he'll lose. He'll get either his handshake from Ricky Saints, or Ricky will quickly leave the ring to where he leaves it for Oba to get that standing ovation to finally get called into the main roster. I think he's earned it. I think this guy is going to be a powerhouse on the main roster if he's booked correctly. That's what I'm saying. If he's booked correctly, then I think he's going to be a powerhouse. But I am excited for the show. I'll actually be home to watch it, so I will tune into it. No really big college football, no LSU, thank God. But we did land Lane Kiffin, so I'm happy about that.
Wow.
Hey man, shit, this guy's gonna come in and do something good, I think.
Yeah, right.
Shit, better than Brian Kelly. That's all I'm gonna say. He also got that nod from Nick Saban. Yeah, I think that's great.
Yeah, because you've been sucking off of Nick Saban for so long.
But no, I am excited for Kiffin to get there, to actually do something good, to actually put us in a good spot, because we had our hopes up for years and just nothing has happened since the national title. I don't know. But that will do it for this live stream edition of the World Elite Podcast. Be sure to tune in next Tuesday, back to our normal day. I do apologize for last night, last minute postpone, even though it was pretty much out of my control. My internet company had like a statewide outage. They were doing maintenance and they cut like a main fiber line, and it completely just went off. Luckily, my internet was not fully down, but it was so spotty to where we couldn't even watch anything or do anything. We had to break out some DVDs, bro. That's how bad it got for us. Oh my God, dude. Like, because we normally stream our TV, and oh my God, we couldn't, and it was so frustrating. But luckily, it came back on to where we were able to stream today. So luckily that happened. But yeah, we will be back next week on our normal day of Tuesday. For now, we have Justin just going to be joining us, predicting Saturday night's main event, John Cena's final match. We'll talk some NXT deadline if anything big happens. I'm not expecting anything major to happen. And some other wrestling news that we could also be potentially talking about as well. And even if they have the reveal of the Masked Man on Raw, Austin Theory, something like that, I don't know. We'll talk about that as well. We'll talk about Raw in general if anything cool happens. I'm expecting it to. And all that. So, guys, where can we find y'all on social media, Blaine?
B_Arsenal_ on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it.
Hey, Jordan.
You can find me on Twitter at Jordan_J2000.
Absolutely. Same platform for me, Dylan Aber _ podcast, World Elite Pod. Also on Instagram at World Elite Pod. We're also on Facebook as well, World Elite Podcast. Go search and we're there. Go give us a follow on all the platforms. Sub to us on YouTube. If you like the video, sub to the channel and whatnot. We do appreciate everyone who tuned in tonight, who will be watching the replay after it's over, or listening to the audio if people still do that. I'm really not sure if they do. I don't listen to audio podcasts. I haven't listened to one in forever. If you want to scan this QR code above Blaine's head, then you can go ahead and check out our merchandise. If you don't feel like scanning a QR code, you can just go into the description of the video. The link to the same thing you'll be scanning is right there with some t-shirts, hoodies. It's getting cold. It's very cold over here right now. So go out, and it's fucking freezing. So go check that out. All of the affiliates and sponsors of the channel also in the description of the video. As far as our social medias, if you didn't catch it, then the links are also there as well. So go and check out all that. Go show the sponsors and affiliates some love as well. Well, like I said, we'll be back next Tuesday. Same time, same place, 6 o'clock Central. Joined as of now by Justin. I don't know if we'll have more or anything like that. I'm kind of aiming for such a big event to have more than just Justin there, but we'll see. As that goes on, I'll update people on social media. But I hope everyone enjoyed the show. I hope everyone enjoys. If you're watching AEW tonight, I know a particular person who is not going to be watching it. And honestly, I'm not going to watch it either. I got other shit to go watch also.
About to pop on the PS5 and play some games.
Shit, I'm about to go clean my kitchen, lay in bed, watch Survivor, take my relaxing gummies, and probably pass out by 8 o'clock. So, yeah. So, yeah. But like I said, hope everyone enjoys AEW if you are watching it. TNA, SmackDown, Collision, and then Deadline this weekend. And we'll see you all next week. So y'all have a great one, and we'll see y'all.